What is going on, wonderful warriors of the Call of Dragons universe? I am back again with another video. Finally, some good news at last. Call of Dragon Facebook page just announced that the second server for this game is going to release on September 15. It means you have to stay on your A game. The second server is gonna fill up pretty quick, so you have to stay alert. In today's video, I'm gonna help explain the differences between the early access server 1 and the beta test server 2. There is more than meets the eye with the differences between the two. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends, and like I said before, there is a difference between early access and beta test. That's what I'm going to try and explain. By the way, everything I say in the video is based on my opinion. It could be 100% correct, it could be 100% wrong. Proceed with caution. Let's get started. Alright warriors, Call of Dragons second server is gonna be in the form of beta. Server 1 is in the form of early access, server 2 is in the form of beta. There is a differences between the two. Let us begin with the early access. Early access is usually the official version of the app that is released in a few select countries for testing. Once the testing is done, the progress from the early access will carry over to the official version. Now, right now I am playing the early access. I live in Canada. Canada is one of the countries with the early access. Now, some of you might be asking, why Canada? Canada is a remote location. Most games are usually tested in Canada. So next time you want to play any early access game, try and check the Canadian Google Play Store. You will most likely find it there. Early access usually carry over to the official version. That's something you have to keep in mind. Now let's talk about the second server beta test. Why did Call of Dragons decide to make the second server into a beta test? I can only think of one explanation. The early access is restricted to a few countries. Beta test can be tested by people all over the world. It is not restricted to any country. Therefore, the second server is going to have players from all over the world. And another good news with the beta test is that iOS users can also test the game with the Test Flight app. I don't know if that will be available for iOS, but we shall find out when the second server opens on September 15. For those of you that are gonna get into the second server, you should make sure you find out that the progress from the beta in the second server is gonna carry over to the official version. There is a difference between early access and a beta. In most cases, early access usually carry over to the official version. However, beta tests are usually scrapped when the testing is complete. Therefore, make sure you find out if the beta test is gonna carry over to the official version when it finally comes out. Now, like I said before, they decided to make server 2 into a beta because they want people to try it out from different countries. It would suck if only a select few countries can play the second beta and then you're sitting there in a different country without any access. That's why the beta test server 2 will be available for all countries. And iOS users also have a chance to play it with the Test Flight. I don't know if they have made the game for iOS right now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much the difference between early access and beta test. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Right now I am playing early access. It is going to carry over to the official version. Those of you that are playing beta in the second server, make sure you find out if your progress is gonna carry over to the official version. That is very important. Most beta tests, they usually scrap everything when the testing is done. Just make sure your information is gonna be carried over to the official version. I personally, I don't know if I'm gonna register for the second beta test. I don't know if I'm gonna get an account in server 2, but we shall find out. Server 2 is gonna fill up pretty quick. Stay on your A game. Call of Dragons is gonna get a massive update on September 15. As soon as that update is done, make sure you check if you have access to server 2. Thank you guys for watching. If you're still new here, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends. Until then, we shall meet again in the next one. Bye bye.